Hello everyone, today I'm going to be showing you the best strategy for completing the Port Hokan map solo on hard mode in Ready or Not. Also with no officers dead because I'm assuming that you're doing this for the trophy. For your class setup, it doesn't really matter what you use for your primary weapon because you're not going to be using it, but for your secondary weapon you're going to want to equip the Mark V handgun with the underbarrel laser pointer, and then you're going to want to take off all deployables and tactical devices and max out your secondary ammunition, so take away all your primary ammunition as well. This thing one-shots enemies at pretty much any distance, so it's really good to use for a map like this, and you're not going to be using anything but this. And then for your tactical device, you want to use the shield. This is absolutely essential for this map and for the strategy we're going to be using. And then for your armor, you want to use the heavy armor with full coverage and steel plates. And then for your headgear, you want to use the ballistic mask, and you might as well throw night vision goggles on, there's no reason not to. And you might as well throw anti-flash goggles on as well. For your squad's loadout, you're going to be giving them all pretty much the exact same thing. If you have the launchers, you're going to give them all the flash launcher, but if you don't have the launchers, you can just give them the G3 with this attachment setup. And then armor-wise, you're going to do the same thing that you did for yourself, give them heavy armor with full coverage and steel plates. And then take away all of their deployables, all of their tacticals, and max out their primary ammunition. Give them the ballistic face mask as well, this will help them stay alive. And then for the long tacticals, I would recommend using a battering ram, mirror gun, and then giving the other two shields. It doesn't matter what secondary weapon you give to them because they're not going to be using it at all. So give all your teammates the loadout that you're seeing on screen right now, or this loadout if you don't have the launchers, with the only thing differing being the long tactical, and you should be good to go. In order for this to count toward the trophy, you only have to get a rank of at least C+, so what you're going to do is just shoot every single enemy the second that you see them. Don't take the risk of giving them a chance to surrender, and when you use the handgun, it's much easier to hit your shots if you just aim with the laser. Once you clear out this first little area that you spawn next to, you're going to want to come over here and peek through this gap in the shipping crates, because sometimes you can see enemies there and you can pick them off and not have to deal with them later. And then you're going to want to push up this direction. Now, if during this part you feel like you need to use the shield, you can go ahead and do so. I just have parts where I would recommend pulling it out and saving it for, but you're going to push up this direction and take out these enemies that can spawn here so you don't have to deal with them later. Then you're going to turn around and start pushing up this direction. Once you get to the end of that long shipping container, if you come out here and then peek around this corner here, you'll have a perfect sight line where you can snipe off some enemies from across the map, and then there might be some enemies that come up to you close range that you can kill as well. Now keep pushing up the side of the map opposite of the warehouse, and this is where you're going to want to pull out your shield. While you're using this, if you're looking directly at an enemy and crouching, you're basically invincible and they can't hit you. In my experience, I've also noticed that leaning makes it harder for them to hit you while you're using the shield, but I'm not sure if this is an actual thing. Once you have this outside area cleared out, you're going to want to tell your team to move up and breach and clear this set of blue doors. When you do it, make sure you select clear with launcher so that they go in and don't get shot immediately. Anytime that you tell your team to move and clear, make sure that they're moving and clearing buildings only. Don't tell them to go and move and clear an open area, because for whatever reason they'll just get shot and won't defend themselves, and they oftentimes die. While they're doing this though, something you can do is peek out here and you get another long angle where you can snipe off some enemies. I didn't get very many in this game, but I've had other games where I've gotten 5 or 6 enemies from this angle alone, so this is really good. Then go inside this building and continue pushing up the right side with your shield out. This is another sight line that you can use where you can snipe off some enemies. I didn't get any in my game, but other games I can get usually 2 or 3 enemies with this angle. Then once you're sure that this far side of the map is completely cleared out, you're going to want to turn around and then start making your way back towards spawn so that you can make your way up the other far side of the map. So stay as close as you can to the edge of the map here and keep your shield out so that you don't die. So just keep moving up and kill any enemies that you see along the way. And as you're using the shield, you might notice that as it gets more and more shot up, the little viewing window that you have gets more shattered, which makes it harder to see. But there's actually a weird glitch in the game where if your shield gets really shattered but then keeps taking damage, eventually the shield will just like reset itself and the window will be clear again, so use this feature to your advantage. Once you make it up to the door to the warehouse, keep your shield out and slowly make your way in. And while you're making your way through the warehouse and the auction room, just be very slow and very careful. This is definitely the most dangerous area of the game and it's really easy to die here. And then after you clear out this area, the map should be safe, assuming that you don't have any random enemies running around. Then go and arrest all the civilians and do all the side objectives so you can get at least a C+ rating, and then finish the map. Now keep in mind, while I do think this is the best method for doing this, it's definitely not easy. Unfortunately, doing this mission solo on hard difficulty is gonna be hard no matter what. There's no way to cheese it more than this and make it any easier. It's still probably gonna take quite a few attempts, but eventually you'll get it.